wonder if we could, if I could get 3 people. One of you is going to read a statement from a slip. One of you is going to read, 2 of you are going to read a statement. And one of you is going to be a child. And all you're going to do as a child is to simply listen. Okay? And the way I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a teacher here, and I just want the child to walk over and the teacher make the statement, and then walk over and listen to the statement, and just walk kind of back and forth like that, okay? And then we'll just observe. And obviously, you know, I'm going to debrief in a minute. I want you to embody the child. So think like the child. And I want to be also clear with you that these statements are some of, you know, this manual is not necessarily written with Montessori in mind, so some of the statements are going to sound very teacher-like, that you're like, well, I wouldn't say that. It's okay because kids hear it, and we have to know that if they hear it from adults in some way, we're all getting lumped together that this is what adults do. Does that make sense? So even though you might not say it, the kids might still have beliefs behind it because they've heard it, or some degree. And if you're being the statement that you're like, I wouldn't say, it's not like you have to say it mean, but I want you to sort of embody that teacher that may be having a fine day, or maybe is having a Charlie day. So you haven't like flipped your lid kind of teacher on these, but I do want, this is sort of like our job as teachers. We're having to micromanage these kids, you know what I mean? Although, no, we're not having to. We just often are because of the needs of the situation. So anybody willing to be... You want to be a kid? To be a teacher?
You guys, I'm always volunteering.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not dying to do it.
So here we go.
I do.
Okay. We're gonna put you here,
Oh, no.
and I want. No, you're just gonna. Yeah, let's spread you apart a little bit. Just make sure you read in order. Do 1, then do 2. So we're gonna do 1, 1, 2, 2. Does that make sense?
Talking to the
Yeah.
And I'm just walking from person.
Yeah. So I want to actually face you this way, and so you are talking. There you go. And go.
How many times have I told you you need to remember your homework?
What is your plan to help you remember your homework?
Don't forget to take your coat for recess. It's cold outside.
What will you wear if you want to be warm outside?
If you don't get your work done in class, you will stay in during recess and get it done then.
So what do you need to do to get your work done for recess?
Why can't you sit quietly like Sally?
Oh.
For me.
I just.
How do we demonstrate that we are ready for the next lesson?
Stop complaining.
How can you share your concern so others want to hear you?
Who started this?
How much time do you need to work this out?
Put your papers away, books back on the shelf, and clean up the classroom before you leave.
What does everyone need to do to clean up the classroom before we leave?
You just got a red card. Go to the principal's office.
Would you like to put this problem on the class meeting agenda? Or would you like to see if you can find the solution on the wheel of choice?
That's everything.
Oh.
That was a good.
Very good.
I mean, if everyone did good.
You only have
I'm
an
just
audience
walking,
of 2.
so-
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
face was
So, child, would you debrief with us your feelings? And let's focus over here for a minute, on this side.
So, over on this side,
Uh-huh.
I'm not thinking about solutions, I'm thinking, oh shoot. Like, it's a feeling, it's not actively involved in creating a solution. You know, it's you're self-conscious,
So what are you deciding?
how you're gonna react to this adult, it's not how you're gonna fix the problem.
And how you're gonna react, like in a protective mode, or how you're, whether you're gonna do it or
Like,
not?
am I scared, so you're acting, you know, you have somebody over you shouting, and you're not, I wasn't even thinking, am I gonna do what they're gonna tell me to do, I was thinking, oh, she's mad, you know, I can only imagine if I was a lot littler, you know, and you're in a spanking home, or you come from a spank, am I gonna be hit? Like, you're reacting to the emotion of the teacher.
How about the ones where she wasn't yelling? Because there were plenty of those where they weren't yelling.
It just, somebody else is telling me what to do.
Okay, so over here,
You're taking away your choice or your.
is there anything on this list that you feel like you're learning?
Well, you're very passive in this perspective. They're telling you to do something, you're supposed to be acting. So a lot of what you see on that is, it's all springing from within of things you're expecting them to take action on. You're expecting them to be honest, you're expecting them to be helpful. But it's not that you'd be telling them to be helpful. These are the qualities that you're supposed to be embodied in a child, not things they do because they're on a list.
So do any of these behaviors almost feel a little inviting?
Inviting when somebody's telling me what to do.
Yeah. Did you feel invited to engage in any of these behaviors?
Like, you're asking me, because she treated you the way you did, do I feel like whining, hitting somebody, interrupting others,
Or other things that might show up on this list?
So,
Might seem a little appealing, actually, or you might even find yourself doing it and you don't know why.
well, not for my personality, but you can see if you have a child who's defiant or wants to be in control, like, they're just gonna be rebellious. Right?
Okay?
But
There's no right or wrong answer.
I'm just telling you that wasn't my.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it's all good. How about, let's go to the other side. Talk to me about your feelings. You can
Oh,
talk.
sorry,
You can talk from there.
I thought you were
It's fine.
talking about.
We're formally, we're informal.
Okay.
Sit down, relax. I almost feel weird standing. That's why I brought this chair up here, because I don't want to be this non-Montessori model. Except I know you're filming me and I need to stay in the screen. Hi. What were you feeling and thinking about when you heard these?
It was disarming, like I wasn't reacting to her emotion. She was inviting me to be part of the solution or to create a solution. She was putting the onus of the responsibility back on me to fix it, or me to come up with a solution. It triggers you to think. Instead of just like sitting there, you know, you're like, oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna do something.
So what was your decision?
I think the end result would be an action. Because, okay, what are you gonna do to make sure if you choose to be warm during recess, or you need to be warm, what are you gonna do to make sure that your fingers don't get cold? You know? And I'm like, okay, then the onus is on me to fix my own problem.
So Allison, what were you thinking about being that teacher over there?
Well, some of the things I'm cringing thinking, I know I do this to my kids, you know, like,
Yeah.
who started this? And just like in the classroom at home, it is so ineffective. It just makes everyone want to cower away
So
and hide
you
it.
felt ineffective.
Yeah, like, and it almost made me start to get more frustrated with them and with her, with myself, just even saying these things, because I felt like it was going nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Neither.
like an explosive to blow off your steam, but
Yeah.
nothing productive happens.
And it's not like I even was yelling,
Yeah,
but
you
I
weren't.
was, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you're
but
still
it's
like,
so,
it's
like,
like still that
just-
emotion.
Just get it, it's like I can't deal with it. I'm done dealing with it, I can't deal with it, obviously you can't deal with it, so no one's dealing with it, it's like throwing it out in the air, it's just,
What about your body language and sort of how your delivery of it, even when you weren't yelling? Did you notice anything going on in your body?
Yeah, it was like this, like preparing my stance kind of
Battle
thing,
pose,
to
yeah,
ready to, like,
okay.
to pounce almost.
There's our clue, guys, because we're gonna fall into this directive mode, but when you feel that body language, you feel more tension, we're like, okay, I'm feeling this, I have tools to make a change, okay? And you can always ask yourself in that moment, what decisions might the child be making as a result of my behavior right now? And are they decisions that I'm going for? Okay, so back over here, thank you for sharing about here. How about you, Kim? What were you as a teacher feeling and kind of thinking about?
Well, at first I think I misunderstood how I was supposed to act, but, so at first I was like, well, what are you gonna, but then I realized, wait, I'm giving them choices, I'm empowering them to make these decisions, and then I kind of like gave maybe a little more connection with the child.
And how about your body?
Softer.
Did you feel relaxed?
Yeah, like, hey, let's just talk about this.
It felt really human, didn't it? Like, what dignity to have somebody just talk to me like this. Yeah. As teachers, sometimes we get into this, we feel like we have to be animated, like this dog and pony show all the time. And then we're like, okay, we're gonna do this, okay? And it's just, and we do it with good intentions because we're trying to be warm and nurturing. It just doesn't feel real. So Sarah and I were talking this morning just about in lessons, there's this time to be animated, which she did a beautiful job being animated in her lesson where we're trying to kind of hook them in. And our tone's going up and down, and our eyes, we're just like totally dangling this little golden carrot, like, teach me anything, which that animation does. But it's sort of like this it's a presentation. I'm presenting something to you. But I think it's perfectly natural to then fall back to, and now we're just two people, we're just two friends talking. We're having a conversation. And I'm careful saying we're just two friends, because we're not friends, we're friendly, and we're still, teachers. There's that firm piece. That connection piece, though, is so important. So I like that you used the word connected. Said I just felt connected. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Like, when delivering these kinds of things, does it matter or make a difference if you have the child come to you or you go to the child?
What do you guys think?
I think it would be optimal for the child to eventually come to you. They may feel like they can express their needs or.
Like if you say, come over here, and then you.
Oh.
But that was
I
the
see.
directive.
Yeah.
Come
that's
over
fine.
here.
Yeah, come here.
I'm going, now they already, she's about to tell me what to do.
Yeah,
I
but
think
if I,
I think with
what if
Montessori,
they're like running around, how do you stop them to talk to them?
Trip them.
No, you go
That's
to
fine.
them.
Did you say drug them?
You go to them.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what if you can't get their
Trouble with
attention
those.
on you? Like they're just being and so you can't even connect.
What do you guys think? Are you talking about in the classroom? Like
Yeah.
There's running?
Or at home?
I don't know.
I hope there's not running.
I hope there's not
Well, I
running.
think if you set up the first week really
Yeah.
well, then that won't be something you'll run into a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe saying, when a teacher says your name, it's important that you stop and look for a couple of reasons. One being safety. Maybe just have that as one of those classroom norms.
Yeah. So, thoughts about this exercise? Just final thoughts to you guys watching?
Man, you were killing me.
Yeah.
Breaking my heart. You were doing
Have you heard those though? Those
I
aren't
have,
that real
and-
unrealistic.
But see, when I hear that, I'm really big to just step in and be like, sometimes you can maybe say something like this, they respond a little bit better. I just can't keep my mouth shut when
Yeah.
there's stuff like that.
So, no, I don't know. When I said, yeah, I know, I wasn't meaning
You're
that
like,
to you,
oh,
like,
you're
yeah, I know
not.
that feeling,
Whoa.
yeah. As if I can keep my mouth shut. So, here's, a lot of ways we could look at this. It's like, this is sort of, it's kind of discouraging. This is reactive. This is proactive. This is encouraging. So, this is where we need to realize that when we look at encouragement strategies, sometimes they're just questions. And how is that encouraging to the child? The fact that you said, what's your plan? What is the encouragement piece of that?
She trusts me enough to
Yep.
that I
You're
can
saying
do
I
this.
have faith in you without saying it. Yeah. That's very encouraging. And so I have a couple handouts that the other way is that we can see this really as enabling behavior, isn't it? I'm going to tell you what to do. So I have the ability, and I'll keep it and let you know when you need to follow my plan. And this is empowering. This is taking ownership. So Somebody used enabling and empowering yesterday, and I appreciated that. Was a nice segue. So these are empowering statements for children ages 6 to 12, and there's some nice ones. So, and then these are encouragement versus praise examples that I meant to pass out yesterday, and I forgot to. And this is the one where the copy machine, every time I would go to make a copy of something else, it would start copying this again. And then I'd be like, interrupt, interrupt, interrupt. And then I think I finally fixed it, Brooke, but I'm sorry, I think I have about 50 copies of this, and I'm so sorry. It just kept, like, it wouldn't stop. I felt like it's already hidden camera on me. So apparently we have a whole lot of these. So I can officially begin your scratch paper box
Thank
supply.
you. Appreciate it.
So if you want to pass those around. And then, this is a little out of context of what we're doing right now, but I meant to pass it out yesterday. These are de-escalation tips for when the midbrain takes over. The limbic system takes over, and we're about to flip the lid. So this would have followed up, we were a little rushed at the end, but this would have followed up with, I forget whose activity it was, but you not only want to think about, it's that self-regulation piece of what do you feel, or what are you thinking sort of right before you're about to flip your lid, and exploring that with kids. And that is that stems off like when we were doing those things where you freeze and you melt, and you start to do a lot of this thinking about awareness of your body. So there's activities in there about like recognizing before you flip your lid that you're about to flip your lid. And then you turn it the other way. What do you notice in people when they're about to flip their lid? Which is a very powerful piece to add to your community. So these are de-escalation when you flip your lid or when another person has flipped their lid. Okay, so that's what this is. We'll pass those around. Okay, so I would like, I'm going to get a chair. I would like a volunteer that would be willing to come up. You're a child and you are consistently not getting your work done.
I can take it.
Okay, and this is another, so we're really into this, today's theme really are firmness tools. You might think of it that way, okay? And on that note of firmness tools, I wanted to let you know that, I brought this along to kind of remind us that I'm trying to just fill up your toolbox. And at some point today, if you'd like, I do have a box here if you want to look at these it's a deck of cards, it's 52 cards of positive discipline tools for teachers. So we've been adding, some of these are exercises, but we have been trying to add tools, but we haven't gotten through all of them. You can see I've been working from 3 manuals, but I like it. It's a quick little picture with reminders on the back, or like bullet points on the back. So like wheel of choice, that's what this one is. So it's a quick,
Are these ours?
no, these are mine,
Oh, that thing.
but they might be a worthwhile purchase.
Where'd you get it from?
It's the same place you get the manual. So, and if you as a school really want to get a set, then I can show you how to do that.
How much are you?
$10.
Ooh.
Pushing it.
Might be worth it.
What's that?
So that's pushing it for me.
Well, and if you were to buy these, in terms of, here's what happens. What, did I miss something funny?
You said watch your pennies and the dollars will take care of themselves.
I like that. That's
Here's what happens is we get pretty excited and all this, and then life takes over. So I would challenge Kelly to, at your staff meetings, maybe build in a positive discipline piece every week. Just let's revisit, and it might be as simple as let's take out our tool cards and look at a few. How's that going? Has anybody tried it? Oh, we don't know this tool. What does this say? And just to make ownership across the board. Or another alternative would be, is there somebody that wants to be sort of the positive discipline ambassador, and that'll be your piece each week to come and make sure that some dialogue happens. Whether it's pulling out a poster, revisiting, some of these things, pulling out these, lots of possibilities, okay? So I encourage you guys to do that and build that community, and I think you'll find it will happen, or start to happen very naturally. Okay,
I gotta go to my appointment, but I'll be
yes,
back.
okay, we'll see you back shortly. Thank you for coming back. We'll look forward to your company. Okay, so, anyway, we need a person that is willing to be that kid that is consistently not getting their work done. Come on down, Brooke.
Sounds like me.
Sounds like something Brooke has seen before.
Yeah.
Or not.
Okay.
Or not.
So Brooke, I really appreciate that you've been, that you agreed to meet with me today. I appreciate being able to connect with you and kind of talk things through. And the reason why I asked you to chat for a little while is I've observed a pattern that leaves me feeling a little concerned about, your ability to be successful as a fourth year student, as far as the workload. So why don't you tell me about that? How are you feeling about this workload and the fact that it doesn't seem to be getting done real frequently?
It's too easy, I already know it all.
Ah, so that's interesting. So you're feeling the work is easy and you're having a hard time finding some purpose to what you're doing?
Yeah, it doesn't apply to anything, so why do I need to do it?
Okay. So if I can step into your shoes, I can really see how that would be an interesting way of looking at it. And it sounds like maybe what you're saying is you'd like more challenging work.
I guess.
You guess?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So the reason why I'm pushing you a little bit, Brooke, is I really care about you. And when you make comments like, I guess, or yeah, sure, I really want to make a safe space that there's no right or wrong answer here. And I don't want you to say what you think I want to hear. I want to hear what you think inside your mind. So going back to the workload, would you like to have more challenging work?
Yes.
Okay, that's something you could commit to? Okay. So, what's important to me is it's not just the work, but it's also meeting a deadline. That's a different, there's actually two works going on. Can you do the content, and can you meet a deadline? And we as a school agreed that accountability is a piece of what we're trying to achieve. Do you think, I don't like do you think, those are yes or no questions. What do you think about that?
I guess it's a good skill to have.
I
just
guess.
haven't done it because the work seems lame.
Okay, you guess? You guess it's a skill you think you might want to have? Or
Well,
you
it
think
is
it's
a skill that you will need, but I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what you're gonna do.
Okay. So here's what I see is, why don't we write down a list of any possibility that we could do, and this is brainstorming, anything goes in brainstorming, okay? Of what solutions to you getting work done on time.
Say that again.
So we're gonna brainstorm any idea that pops into your head. Remember brainstorming, you just, we will brainstorm any idea that will help you get the work done and on time.
If it's something that'll make it something that I'll use in real life.
So useful work. What would that look like, or how would we know if it was useful?
It's something that you could take and put in the real world. It's not just something you're doing to do.
So a connection to, here's the work and this is how you might use it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna even write that word. Here's the work and how you will use it. What if okay, let's bring some more ideas.
Maybe something that I have not learned.
Okay, so new work. All right, so something you've never seen before. Okay,
Well, if there's things I need to work on, of course, but if it's something I've already mastered or know how to do, I don't want to do.
okay. On that note, that I'm gonna throw in a suggestion that you'll give me a signal that you'll throw a signal with a note or a whisper or a meeting later where you could actually tell me, I've done this work and I'd like to show you how I already know it.
Okay.
So a signal with a follow-up, because just because you say you didn't know, you know it, I'd like to see that you know it because you might think you know it, but I might have an added piece for you,
Okay.
okay? And you trust me enough that, okay, cool. Other ideas?
Maybe sometimes I can work with friends.
Okay, and when you say work with, just work alongside, or are you talking about teaching friends?
Well, if it's something I already know and I've followed up with you, I can teach them, but if it's, I don't know, sometimes I feel like working by myself is really boring.
Okay, so I see two pieces to that then. You want to teach friends, and you want to also work with friends, okay? Collaborate, okay? Is there times in the class you feel like you can't work with your friends?
Just depends on what level they're on, what level I'm on, and some of those things.
Okay, any other ideas?
No, I think that's all.
Let's pause and reflect and see if something else pops in. So I have down that you want more useful work. In other words, you want to be told, here's the work and here's how you'll use it. You want new work. Or you could signal to me and let me know that you really think you know this already and you're willing to sort of prove it. This in a positive, prove it way, right? Of course, Brooke, we know each other. And then you would like maybe more, or potential more opportunities for friends. And you'd like to, or to teach friends and work with friends.
Right, maybe some planning, maybe some guidance with planning.
To help me do some planning?
No, to plan my week so I can get it done on time.
So you want to plan week, but since we're brainstorming, I kind of like the idea of you helping me plan.
Okay, that will work.
Okay? All right, and if you see, look at that, I triggered a few more ideas. Maybe that's all. Is that all?
Yeah.
You think?
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'd like you to choose one.
Just one.
Well,
The most important one.
If you're gonna commit to two, then you can commit to two. Okay.
That one.
So you want the useful work, and you want to help me plan. Well, that will be really helpful, because when we're planning, you could actually ask me, well, why would we do that? So that kind of goes hand in hand. If you're going to help me plan, I might need you after school one day for about a half hour.
Okay,
How do you feel about that?
I'll ask my mom.
Okay, thanks for that honest answer. And do you have a day a week that you think, no, you go to ballet, and,
Maybe Thursday.
maybe?
Thursday's a good day, I don't have anything on Thursday.
Okay, so Thursday, of course, this is contingent upon, so when can I count on you to check with your mom?
I will ask her after school.
Okay,
Check in with you tomorrow.
and you'll let me know tomorrow. So check with mom. And what time will you let me know tomorrow?
Get here at 8:30, probably 8:45.
Probably?
8:45 will be a good time.
Okay.
But don't you have kids that get upset when you do that? Sorry, I just don't.
No, I think they start to just get
It's
it.
kind of almost humor. See, we're making a commitment here. It's kind of funny. It's funny for me too, Brooke, because I do trust you. But we're making a commitment to each other. And so if I say I'm going to do something, you can count on me. And I'm just asking for the same in return. So you can count on me that I'll be ready for you tomorrow at 8:45 with an answer. Okay. And assuming mom says it's okay, I'd like to start this week.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. All right, so now, fast forward. It's tomorrow. Brooke, be natural, do what a kid might do. Think it through. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I know, I got one of those.
Or just wipe it wherever.
I wish they'd wipe it, actually, it'd feel better.
Okay, you ready? So here we go.
Yum. Hello, Miss Jody.
Hey.
I talked to my mom and she said it was fine that I could come and stay half an hour to 45 minutes on Thursdays after school.
And we'll start this Thursday?
Yes.
High five on that one.
Because kids will do that.
You know what we do in my family, Brooke, is when we go up and like nobody's there for me, we go, high five, no friends. Good one, Brooke. I really appreciate you following through. I know I can count on you. I'm looking forward to Thursday.
Me too.
Okay, I like to have a snack right after school. You want to pack a snack?
Sure.
Awesome.
Wait, did you really do that on purpose?
I did.
Okay, Brooke, come back.
I wish you guys
That was perfect.
Maybe the other kid.
Not sure we heard any of it out there.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go.
Hold on 2 seconds, I'm gonna stop this and then start it again.